Okay, this is Hidden Heavens, Campaign 4, Session 2. So the beginning of this recording, I have the unfortunate news that Karn is no longer going to be playing with us at the moment, due to some stuff going on, so he may join or hop in or be a guest, that kind of thing, at any time. But, we'll have to play that by ear. As well, we also have our resident Varula. They are currently absent this week due to, they already had plans for even start of the campaign, but they'll be back next week. So for the purposes of this, they'll be hanging around, being quiet but helpful. All right. So, let me pull up my notes. Today's introduction. The author dips his ink once more into his golden quill. Small blue flecks at the end of the quill create a fairly dazzling display as the words he writes turns quickly into images, almost like a painting. A familiar scene transitions into a strange foreboding. Figures resting, with the light of unheard of rain tapping upon a metal roof. However, the ground outside remains dry, mixed with dirt and sand. At the corner of the picture lies an oval in clouds above a river of streaming light. Yes, yes, work to be done, much work, comes the author's voice, as we pan to our people in the inn. So, we find ourselves at the end of the Solstice adventure, having just finished resting and debating shenanigans. In the night, Anders has disappeared.
What's the period of night? Sorry.
Anders. He disappeared in the middle of the night.
Is that Karn?
Yep,
Okay.
correct.
Hmm. Okay. Um, right. So where's the guy that gave us the mission from last night? I'm pretty sure.
You can
I
kind of
was
hear him.
supposed to
You
meet
can
him.
kind of hear him upstairs. He's like doing whatever innkeeps do, combination of cooking, cleaning, that kind of shit.
Okay.
He's just out of
So
earshot, probably.
nice. Right. So are we all up at now at this point?
Yeah, everyone should be awake.
Okay. Cool. So I just want to say to the group that from last session that there's some items I found that I didn't mention from last time. So I have a bloody metal plate, and just a reminder that I also have a. So the bloody metal plate was found when one of the wizards died at the start of the campaign,
Hmm.
and just a reminder too that I have the chalice picked up from the lake from the start of the campaign too, still in my bag. So just in case you ever come up through a situation later which you need a bloody just a metal plate, uh, or the chalice, just a reminder. Yep.
Yeah, he managed to stealthily yoink them with pretty good rolls, so that's why
Yeah.
Saphira, you couldn't find them. They weren't there anymore.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You're
Yeah.
like,
I
wait a
just forgot
minute,
to
did she
mention
just
it.
like DM wave
Yeah.
that away? I don't like that,
Yeah.
And then it came, turns out Vim's a bastard sometimes.
Yeah. I just didn't see the point of hiding it. So it's not helpful for the group, so I just thought I'd
Yeah,
mention I have these items.
because you're like, oh,
Yeah.
these actually seem kind of plot relevant.
Yeah. No
It'd be
point
weird
hiding
if it
them.
shows up in the pawn shop.
Exactly. Right, yeah, so that's my update. I guess we should head up, see what we have to do for the day. I still don't trust the guy, but might as well see what the goal of the mission is again.
You don't trust Jeb?
No.
Weird. Do you
Yeah.
think? Do you think he has good instincts, Sebastian?
No comment.
All right. So to reiterate from last session, in case you guys forgot, he's charging you to go do a trade with a negotiated item, okay, for someone to pay a debt for a poker game he played, or like not a poker, he said card game, sorry, and so in order to get you to where it needs to go, he managed to get you guys on a blimp. Only problem is blimps are expensive, so instead he got some rope that he's going to tie you guys to a blimp. So you guys can ride the blimp deliberately, right? Because because the blimp's not going to stop, right? In some random fucking corner of the desert. That's why you guys can hop off as you will.
Yeah, I don't trust. He gave us like, was it rings with a spell on them? So
Yep,
for
yep,
slowfall.
yep. He gave you some crappy brass rings, and he did remark upon what they may or may not be super duper reliable, but reliable ones are
Jeb sounds
We
expensive.
nice.
did a
Jeb sounds
we did a
nicer than
roll to
before.
check if they worked, right? Just to make
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. They have the said spell on them. Whether
Okay.
how effective they are is another conversation.
All right. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't trust the guy, but sure. Let's do it then.
Yeah, I too just waking up, taking a look at the land. Uh, I found. So, do we want to go over our magical items? Have
I
we?
know
Yeah.
I know what Saphira's are is. What was yours?
So mine is an orb of transformation. It's like a little marble-like jewel that I was given from my clan, and it allows me to stay in wild shape double the time that is normal. So as I progress in levels, you know,
Okay, yeah,
I my
we'll
time.
add limits. There'll be a limit on this maximum CR. You can stay in there for as longer. Lower the CR proportional to your maximum CR, the longer you can stay in the form.
Right, but it's also so circle of the moon is divided by two of your level is your CR, but
Hmm.
also divided by two your level of how many hours you can stay in wild shape. So this doubles the amount of time that I can stay in wild shape, not the CR, but the time itself.
I'm aware of that, but
Okay,
it's a custom item for balance purposes.
gotcha.
What we're probably gonna end up doing is we'll have the time and increase the scale off the CR that you can do proportional to your maximum CR, right?
Okay,
So for example, a rat, since its CR is like what 1/8 or some shit like that, you could stay there a hell of a lot longer than you could, for example,
gotcha,
like an owlbear or whatever the hell you transform later.
gotcha. I
Yeah.
understand.
That being said, like I don't like wild shape isn't really that broken, honestly.
Right.
So like the act that you have it at all is broken, not the duration of it. Generally, it's not how it's
Okay,
balanced. So that's not really that big of a deal. So
sounds good. The other thing that I you can tell me if this is overpowered or not. What what it also can do is it will cycle through the beasts in a 10-mile radius so that I can see them in the little orb itself.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Okay.
Now if that's something you're interested in, that kind of thematic, I can come up with something that you may be able to find at some point. But
The other thing that I thought of potentially is when I level up, I'm able to request a beast and it shows me it like one time. I don't know about that either.
don't worry as much about. I understand, like you seem to have dealt
Yeah.
with a lot of
You
stuff
think
where
about it.
yeah you're limited in what you can transform into, but
Sure.
don't worry. Like if that's a concern for you, we'll have arrangements where you'll be able to
Great.
find things. So your limit's never going to be, oh, I haven't seen something to transform into. That's never going to be
Fantastic.
at that point. Never going to be an issue. I will literally have like a fucking zoo come by if I need to, right? Like we'll figure
Great.
something out. So.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, that's what I have.
Okay. So does your item? So basically, your item allows you to transform to any animal.
So my wild shape allows me to transform into any beast that I have seen,
Okay.
and then the item itself extends the amount of time that I can stay in the form.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. That's pretty cool. My item is yeah, I mentioned last session. It was it's the map my parents gave me when I was a child when they left when they died. So it's just a magical map which shows a few locations of treasures, and every location like I checked from the map contained a large amount of like treasure. So it's like confirmed that I'll find something.
Yeah, it's always been worth your time to go to, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that treasure has taken many forms. Sometimes it's been something simple as information, but there's always been something valuable there.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right.
What's yours, Seb?
What? I'm not.
You haven't met his character yet.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm not in the inn.
He's not in there with us.
I
So
see. I see.
so as we're downstairs, I say, it looks like we lost one in the evening.
I'd say I expect this to happen. He's also a bit sneaky hiding stuff.
By the way, you're gonna notice, as everyone stands up, you take account of all the 5 beds, and you're like, it was pretty nice of the innkeeper to set everyone up,
Yeah, it was nice for him to set everyone up. I wonder at what cost.
That is a hint for what you missed last session, by the way. So
What?
Yeah,
they missed a detail in the last session, so
that he set everybody's rooms up.
yes,
Yeah, and he divided them in this little way.
he set up 5 beds.
Oh,
You were a rat.
Oh, excuse me.
that's right.
Jeb's a cool guy.
Jeb has a secret.
Jeb does have secrets.
Yeah. All right. So off to the blimp we go.
Jeb, that little bastard.
Wait, Theo. Out of thing question. Because of how the setting is set, am I allowed? Is my character allowed to know things that they don't know from
Yeah,
past life?
like
Okay.
what you can DM me if you think it's good.
Nothing. Not like because you know what I mean. Because like my character, slight spoil, is friends with Jeb because I've known Jeb for like 3 lifetimes. So
Okay,
know
I didn't know you were trying to maintain continuity with that. All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I am.
Okay.
I am.
All right.
Yeah. You can keep all of the karma of all of my characters in there.
Oh God.
So that's why I'm kind of.
What have I
the
done?
Intro that.
Okay.
The
All
intro
right.
to my character, it makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
So.
All right. That makes sense. All right. Well.
Ronnie the Roach.
Yeah. This is Well, when we say karma, we fucking mean it.
Yep. That's fine. All right. Sorry. Continue on.
Yeah. All good. So everyone gets gets outside of the inn, and you see kind of like a familiar looking shape in the distance underneath some shadows around that corner of an alley. There's a little girl playing with some rats.
Familiar shape. So the girl is the familiar shape.
Yep.
Yeah, she's the one that we talked to when we first walked in when I was in rat form.
I see. Yeah, before the bandits.
bo-
Okay.
She's currently
the
playing a
blind
small
one.
windpipe.
Like a Pied Piper. How many rats does she have?
5.
So now that I'm in dragon shape or dragonborn shape, am I getting looks? Is it crowded?
Not really. Like I said, like most you're just a little bit more conspicuous. People aren't gonna go out of their way to attack you because they're dragonborn. It's just if anything can happens and they could blame you, they probably would.
So I walk over to the girl and I ask her, "Do you recognize me?"
She looks up at you and she nods while continuing to play her pipe.
So how can you tell that I'm in this form versus the other form?
She gestures towards your throat.
Is it my voice?
She nods.
Perceptive, aren't you?
She winks.
Are we not talking today?
She's currently playing her little pipe.
Right. But I'm trying to get her to stop doing that and start speaking, which she won't, clearly.
Oh, okay, gotcha. She reluctantly finishes up her pipe and puts it away. She waves at you. Hello.
And what are we up to today?
Oh, just clearing out some bad cheese. She pulls out like a small little, almost like a plastic bag, right? And and you could clearly see like some of the cheese that like Jeb has set out. It's got like it's fucking dripping with like some poison.
The poison, right, that the rat came down and ate the previous night. So, so I asked, so can your rats die?
She nods. Yeah, makes me sad.
But you bring them back to life with this pipe?
No, I'll just find new friends.
Has Jeb always been a problem for you and your friends?
Oh no no no. Jib's nice. He gave me candy once. It was flavored like carrot though, so I didn't eat it. She kind of leans in mischievously. I threw it away.
Okay, so I say to her, we have this errand to go run for Jeb later on. You think he's a nice guy?
Yeah, he's a little weird though.
Go on.
She shrugs. He something. Hmm. It's so he sounds like you, but she starts like kind of gathering up some dirt and dust, trying to make like a little, kind of like how she can draw something, and she draws like the shape of a rabbit.
How would you know he looks like a rabbit?
I don't know. He sounds like a rabbit.
Sounds like a rabbit. So you drew a pretty good rabbit. So did you see a rabbit before you've lost your vision?
I've always been blind.
So then how do you know what a rabbit looks like?
How do you know what a rat looks like?
Well, I know what a rat looks like because I've seen one.
Yeah?
So I recognize that I'm getting nowhere with these questions, and then I
Yes.
say, so then I say, well, we have a job to go and do. I'll be back later to discuss the thing that we talked about in the sewers.
She begins to draw a the shape of like a bird.
And what is this bird?
It's pretty large. It looks like a vulture. It's actually pretty like honestly pretty in depth.
Like I
She's
could turn
blind.
into it?
Hmm? Who
Like she,
She.
Go
go ahead.
ahead, Veem.
Sorry, go ahead again. Well, so she keeps drawing these like very descriptive um drawings with dirt on the floor, but she's blind.
Correct.
Interesting. And she just drew a vulture after drawing a rabbit.
Yep.
Okay.
She telepathic?
You have no idea, you know.
I'm getting
Any
the sense
perception
that
roll?
she's, yeah, I'm getting the sense that she might be telepathic. So I ask her, are you a telepathic? Can you see animals in your mind?
I see all kinds of things in my mind. They just come to me.
Do you see more things in your mind when different people come around?
Yeah, I guess so. It's not always what they look like. It's more about, I don't know, things about them.
And what do you draw about me?
She points down to the ground. There's a very detailed drawing of a vulture.
Oh, could she tell the future maybe? Hmm.
Interesting.
It is a giant vulture.
Would this be something that I would be able to distinguish and turn into?
Yep.
Fair enough. I think I thank the little girl. Thank you. I will see you later on today.
She waves,
Hopefully.
continues to. She pulls out some like some very stale like crackers and starts crunching them up and feeding them to the rats. Proportionally, of course. She's very fair.
Fair rabbit feet. Fair rat feet. Okay. Okay.
Yep. I mean, you all could like any of you could walk up and talk to her. By the way, it's not just him necessarily.
It's not. I don't have any questions. I legit. I wouldn't know. Uh,
You're like,
So I
weird
walk
blind
over to
girl.
the party, and I'm like, did anybody else? Was anyone around to hear this conversation?
That's up to them.
Yeah, but I heard it all. Heard all of it.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what I know. Should we do this?
I feel like we don't have a choice, so yes.
Yeah, let's
Nothing
go
will
get it
lead us to
over
the
with.
truth. Yeah.
So the
Do we
three of
head
us
to the inn?
go to Jeb. Isn't that where we're headed to next, Jeb?
Well, I mean, you could talk to him, but you have you already know where to go for the blimp, so
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
then I start heading off towards the blimp.
gotcha. All right. It takes a little bit of time, but you get to the blimp without really any incidents. Occasionally, people like would look and kind of like remark upon you mentally, but none of them said anything or anything like that. Um, you'll know, like you start to notice that like the texture of like the ground, like the sand and dirt, is like increasingly dry and arid. Like it's almost as if I know it's like it's the middle of a desert. It's if it's in a particular drought. Like there isn't really that much moisture to be had anywhere. Um, and as you get to the blimp, and it stops at like this air dock, right? Like, you go up this tower, and the blimp is right there. Like kind of the wind that's coming off the blimp is like sending like sand kind of like all over the place. It's really affecting visibility for any of the guards and things like that.
Okay, are we still able to make our way to the blimp with that,
Yeah,
even with this like
you're at the
door?
base of the blimp. It's up to you. Do you want to like climb the tower and try to get on the blimp itself, or are you trying to like hook up with like the ropes like you were told?
Is an option? Is there a safer option to go into the blimp instead of doing the rope as we were instructed?
You could try, but it looks. I mean, even from down here, you can tell it's pretty crowded.
Mm,
There's like 3 or 4 people just you can see the top of the lip. You can't really see where any of the seats are, but you can tell there's at least like 3 or 4 people up there. Though for all you know, they could be crew.
mm. Is there any way, as a rogue that I am, to sneak up there and overhear a conversation?
You could
As
try to
in,
roll
like,
stealth and sneak up there, but you don't know if there's any conversations to be had that's worth listening to.
I'll take that risk. I mean, if we're just gonna do the mission, just get on a rope and then, without knowing what's happening, I'd prefer to stealth up there and see if there's any information we can acquire. Okay,
Okay.
roll.
Yep. Roll stealth.
20.
All right. So you kind of sneak up there. There was a guard that's in like the base of the tower, but man, he's like out cold, dude. He's probably been a drinker. So you get up to like the top of the lip. You kind of notice there's this strange, like kind of like robed figure facing away from you. Um, and they're kind of talking to one of the few passengers. Like, but it's weird. It's like that. The only way I can describe it is like a voice box kind of voice, if that makes sense. Like an old
Like
smoker.
possessed.
Yeah, something like
Oh,
that.
like a.
Like a
Okay.
very low
Before.
very low quality voice. You can't really tell like why their voice is like that, but
Okay. So I walk past the guard. Is there any way I can try and see if the guard has anything I can steal without him waking up? You said he's out cold.
he's got a knife on his belt and a coin pouch.
Knife and a belt and a coin pouch. Okay. Can I steal the coins?
Yeah, you can steal the coins. As you start reaching for the coin pouch, you stop hearing the reverberating voice ahead. Now it's in your head. It's saying,
In my head.
"Hey,
Okay.
come here."
Um,
It
I guess I'll
sounds like
follow the
Barbara
voice.
asking you to get some cigarettes. You know what I mean?
Mm. Is there any way of escaping this voice, or am I forced to not have been found
It's
out?
just in
Right.
your head, as far as you know.
Okay. I don't want to like show myself yet because I'm still stealthed. Is there any way I can get closer to the person talking like this to figure out what they look like?
I can see you. This is as you are like sitting at the lip of the tower.
Okay, so I've been caught. So I just expose myself that I'm there, and I say, "Who is this?"
Well, since you asked, have you ever heard of a magic bucket? This bucket's real valuable, I tell you. Come here, kid. Come buy this bucket. You know you want the bucket.
I don't know if I want the bucket. Who are you, though?
I'm the man of many things, the things that from an entirely different world. And I wave over at him, and you can see me. You see a giant fucking 6 foot tall cockroach.
Okay, cockroach. Good thing you said roach. Okay. Right. Well, I woke up to the 6 foot cockroach and say, "Who are you? What's your name? What are you doing here?"
My name's Ronnie. I sell mystical, magical, wonderful things to everybody and anybody all around. Now, do you want this bucket, kid? If you buy this bucket, I'll let you on the boat, and no one will ever know you're here.
Hmm. What other is the bucket the only thing you sell? Like,
Oh no, I sell
what else?
all of the greatest treasures of the entire world. The only time I ever show this was when the blimp is going. He's like, I can't have anybody trying to run off and steal them from me, so they have to be trapped up here with me before I show them to people.
Okay. And how much is this magical bucket
10 gold.
in gold? And how much? Can I ask how much did I steal from the guard?
You can go back. You noticed the coin pouch. You can go back down real quick if you want to try your luck on that.
Oh, I thought I already rolled to get it. Okay, yeah, sure. Well, I don't have any gold in me, Ronnie the Roach, but I can go back and get some.
Ah, a man of talents. I understand. I should be waiting.
Yeah. Okay. So I go back down. I try to steal
Sleight of
the
hand,
coin
DC
pouch.
12.
Okay. Exactly.
Barely
Holy
made it.
shit.
All right. So
Yeah.
he's snoring, and you grab his coin pouch, but he slightly interrupts his snoring. He goes back to sleep. He's a little
Nice,
bit more
nice.
alert now.
So I go back up and I check how many coins. So
As
how much
so
did I get?
hold on. So as you like take off his coin pouch, you notice that like his belt is a little bit more shiny than yours.
Mm-hmm. And with a sleight of hand, how much would I have to roll to get this
It
belt?
would be difficult, but possible.
Difficult but possible. Okay. Mm. The risk. Yeah. Fuck it. Let's do it. How much do I have to roll? I'll try to steal it.
You don't always know the DC. I told you the DC because
Okay.
it was nice.
Yep. Usually
Cool.
the DM
Okay.
won't
So
tell
I'll
you
know that.
that you have to hope
Right.
that you hit
Got
it.
it. Cool. Right. I'll go for the roll then to steal it.
All right.
So sleight of hand.
Oh, you fucking lucky. All right. You steal his belt. While wearing the belt, while having the belt in your hands, it feels as if what you're carrying is a little bit lighter.
Okay. So my guess is that this is a magical belt that gives me strength. Can I equip the belt,
Yeah,
or
you
am
could
I just
you could put
holding it?
it
I don't
on.
know.
It doesn't give you strength as much as it lets you carry more. We don't
Okay.
normally run encumbrance. However, this will help you when it comes to trying to loot particularly heavy or inconvenient things. When you are trying to lift or carry something, its weight is reduced.
Okay, so I'll just put the belt on now, and then put my original belt in my bag, and then just for now, and then if someone else in the party needs it, I can give it to them. So so I got the. Can I make my way back up and see
Hmm.
if I can buy this magical bucket?
You found 14 gold.
Sweet. Okay. Well, I go up to Ronnie the Roach and ask him, "I got the gold. Now give me the bucket."
Throw it up here and I'll throw down the bucket. And I'll tell you what the
Mm.
bucket does.
Is there any way we can exchange it hand to hand instead of throwing it? Or is the only way you can trade the bucket is throwing it?
Well, I mean, I can throw it to you, but if you can get up here, I mean, I can just hand it to you if that makes it easier. I don't really care as long as I get my money.
There's a little
Okay,
ladder.
you know what?
There's like a little ladder on the side of the ship. You can climb up to the top. Meanwhile, while
Okay.
he's doing this, you're noticing him going up and down Saphir and Gakor. And you're hearing like this again, this weird like voice coming from the top of it, barely audible. And you just saw Veem like rob this poor dude's fucking belt. It doesn't even replace the belt. He just yoinks it.
I am standing there oddly puzzled.
Saphira rolls her eyes and is like, well, clearly it's not, there's not a lot of danger if we're now just robbing people in clear daylight. So we might as well just go up and see what's going on.
Nice, nice.
By the way, Saphira, Loki has become interested in something shiny on top of the ship.
Of course he has. Is it the screw holding the whole damn thing together? Let me put it past him.
Funny enough, actually, it's a very shiny nail in the wood.
Of course it is. I try to coax him down with a couple of sweetbreads that I pilfered on our way out of the inn. He seems to love his little treats.
He looks
But
at
I think
you, looks at the nail, looks at you, looks at the nail. Gives like a good like yoink on the nail and comes down with the nail.
Great. All right. Good. Now we have a shiny nail. And an insecure blimp. Fantastic.
Right, so am I with Ronnie now?
Yep, everyone's up top there. And so now I believe Ronnie is gonna offer you a bucket.
Yep. Give me the gold first.
All right.
Hand it over.
I give him the 10 gold.
I hand you the bucket. This bucket, it never fills up. Ever. You can put infinite amounts of stuff in it.
Nice.
How big is this bucket?
It's a normal size bucket. It's a regular like
All right,
wooden.
yeah, it looks like a normal bucket, but through some casual observation, you notice that there is a bucket-sized hole at the bottom of the bucket.
So the bucket has a hole in it,
Yes,
and you can fill it unlimitedly because there's a hole in it.
yes.
So he sold me a gold bucket with a hole for 10 gold.
Not even a gold
No,
bucket,
it's
wooden
not gold,
bucket.
it's wood.
Oh, okay. Oh, he wants 10 gold. Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say. I say,
He has a badge saying no refunds, by the way.
no refunds. Okay. Can I ask him, does this bucket do anything special other than rip me off?
Well, I told you, it does exactly what it does.
It lets you hold an infinity amount of stuff.
It doesn't hold infinite amounts of stuff. You can put infinite amounts of stuff in it.
I
Very
see.
big.
Can we find out where the stuff goes? Does it go to Ronnie's secret hoard cave somewhere?
It usually ends up on the floor. About like 2 feet below where the bucket happens to be.
Okay.
Quite magical.
Very, very. Okay.
Even does so at velocity.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I just got ripped off for 10 gold for a wooden bucket with a hole in it. Well, we made our way all the way up here, and instead of tying ourselves in a rope and going with the blimp, are we able to now enter the blimp?
You're on
Instead
top
of
of the
going-
blimp stack. Yeah, in fact the airship slash blimp has started to move. You hear
Okay,
various
so we've
piratey
gone up-
phrases like such as trim the halyards, go to the sails. Oh, there's like a bunch of crewmen getting to work.
Okay, so we've gone through different
Grab
routes.
this. Quick. I hand them a rope.
Okay, I take the rope. Is there anything we're supposed to do with this? Are we safe up here, or are we gonna need to tie ourselves to anything?
Maybe put it in the bucket.
Well, I have some bad news for all of you. Me and Jeb are friends, and he only paid for your tickets to be hanging, and so the rope just pulls you guys all over the side.
Fortunately, though, you notice that there's slight runes on the rope, so like your hands just kind of stick there.
So we're all hanging
There's
over the
so
side.
Yeah, well, you have death grips if that helps you feel better. You know, like you can't, you actually like
so
can't unflex your hands.
So Vin's got a hold of a rope and a bucket,
amazing.
hang,
Okay.
hanging from a blimp, and we're both. So all three of us are on the same side of the blimp, and then Ronnie the Roach is up on the blimp itself.
Yeah,
Yes, you guys are all holding on to one rope on the side of the blimp.
and the oh so useful bucket is on Vim's shoe. He's at the bottom.
Classic.
Okay, so I guess we just. Is there a certain time you have to jump off for this mission, or can we just? Or is the blimp gonna take us to where we have to be?
Whenever
I mean, the blimp
You know.
hasn't taken off yet, right?
No, the blimp is sailing throughout the air. Correct.
Oh,
Yeah, so-
okay,
so
we're sailing
yeah.
currently. Okay,
Yeah.
blimp
then
sailing, we're on the side. I mean, we can't really let go, so I guess we'll know when we can let go.
I start shouting at them. Well, not shouting. I'm talking into all of their minds because I don't want other people here. And I go, come on, come on. Welcome to Ronnie's auction house. And then I open up a bag and I pull out a giant shield. This is the shield of a sun god. Who wants it? Start the auction now.
I'll give you a bucket, which you can fill infinite stuff in it.
I already have 6 of those. Try again. Any other offers?
I'll give you 1 gold as a recurring buyer of your wares.
How about
What-
this? I will each offer you 1 unbelievable and magical item from my home planet that is not seen of this world for your indentured servitude to me and what I need and my needs of my making money in this world. Nothing weird or sexual, anything like that, though. Let me be clear.
Then I'm out.
That's a shame. That's a big shame.
So there are some
Uh,
very big birds attracted to this bright shield, by the way.
What does the shield do? What is it doing? What I say in my mind, what are you doing with the shield? What is it doing?
It's like giving
What are
off
you doing?
sunlight, and now there's a seagull pecking at it.
This literally was the shield of a sun god. Like, literally. Like, this is not a scam like the bucket. This is literally the sun god shield.
Oh, so you agree that the bucket was a scam? Okay.
Yes. You got duped.
So I just
Welcome to life,
okay.
kid.
Yeah. So I
Are
just
you
throw the
gonna like
bucket
put
off
it
the
over
boat.
there so they can get a real good look at it? You're gonna like
Yeah. They see it's all nice and golden and very ornate. Like, it's very clearly, like, magical as shit. It's
the
literally
seagull
glowing
pecks
like
your
the sun.
hand.
I fucking just drop the shield and it just flies into the desert. Oh, well, shit. Well, I got more stuff than this. I whip out a wand that looks like a normal wand, but then it just starts glowing black and tentacles come out of it. I got this wand of the dark Eldritch god. I stole it from him. He doesn't know about it yet. Anyone else want to sign up for this one?
I'm good.
Looking-
That item was cursed. Don't want anything to do with it.
I'm looking up at this roach holding the wand. Is this roach? Can I see this roach, or is this just? I just have this voice in my mind
You
while
see
I'm
the
on a rope.
roach, yeah.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
I'm like hunched over the edge, waving around this wand.
by the way, Loki is very
Oh,
interested right now. He's starting to wriggle like crazy, Saphira. Are you holding him back at all?
I am holding him back. I'm telling him that.
You have to
He
get
is like
this item.
you're having to physically you're having to like hunch your shoulders to try to stop him.
It's just agreed to be a fellow merchant of mine that works underneath me for free. Just a merchant.
Oh,
Nothing. No hard work. All you have to do is learn the ways of the merchantry. me acquire items that people are no
Seagull
longer
strike.
in need of. The wand just falls instantly out of my hand because I don't really have hands. I just kind of have like weird little fucking, you know.
Claws.
Yeah. Well, fuck me. I'm kind of running out of these items here. This is kind of getting crazy. I then pull out.
So these items just go overboard and they're lost to the desert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
I then whip
basically,
out a
stop
giant,
pulling them out.
6-foot-tall, giant greatsword. Quite literally, if you know Berserk, it is like literal Guts' greatsword. It is the biggest sword you've ever seen in your entire life. The sword weighs nothing, but chops like it weighs 10 tons. It cuts through any enemy that you want. Any offers, any takers.
You wave it over like
Well,
the
no,
side,
'cause
and
you're
so
gonna
you're like,
drop
wait, it does have weight.
It falls.
Okay. Right, I'm telling. Stop showing me your items and just tell me what you have instead of dropping everything.
At that point,
Theo,
Loki.
make them roll some sort of thing to dodge the sword because I think that's funny.
Nah, it's so heavy, it just straight up falls. It
Okay.
buries itself in a rock, actually.
Dude.
Oh,
Nah.
you want to see more items? I whip out
No.
5 more unbelievably magic items that you've basically just glowing with magic power all in my hands, and I just realize that my hands aren't big enough, and they all fall in the desert.
So he starts like
Amazing.
pulling out like a sack where you realize this is where he's getting all his items from, right? And like he starts like very carefully trying to pull them out. Seagull. Then the sack like falls over, and you can just see while it's falling, there's like 30 things falling out of it a second.
Oh, my magic items! I have worked very hard finding them in dungeons. Yes, dungeons, not graveyards. Dungeons. I'm gonna need those back. You guys caused all of this. You owe me all of the money for all of these items, or else I will stick Jeb and his wife upon you.
We haven't met his wife actually.
Jeb has a wife.
I know. I asked to make sure that they haven't met his wife.
Okay, I got you.
I look at my 2 companions and I'm like, did we just get threatened by a roach?
In fact, we did.
Who can't hold on to his shit?
Loki is like being barely restrained right now.
Oh no, he's diving down. I told him to get
I
going.
hold
and
a knife
anything
to the
he-
rope. So what do you say, friends? Are we in this together, or are you guys in the desert together?
Do we have any choice here? Or like, I think we've been threatened by a roach after he lost all his items. Like, it's our fault.
I look over at Gakor and ask him if he's able to quickly get into vulture form at this point.
I don't. In the normal realm, I technically can't fly until level 8, but in this realm, I don't know.
You can glide.
I thought that might be the case. Listen, I don't.
You haven't quite
We're
figured
not-
out the flapping of the wings yet.
Right. I look at my companions. I'm like, we don't need to be here. Like, if he cuts the rope, we'll still make it. You know.
You don't need to be here. I cut the rope.
Okay. So
as he leans over to cut the rope, he's like half over. A dude with a barrel bumps into him.
Oh, good. So he's coming down with us.
Yep.
Great.
So as we free fall, I wild shape into this vulture and collect everyone.
Meanwhile, Loki's getting as much of the magical items as he possibly can.
Oh yeah, he found a bunch of stuff. Let me pull up a
Great.
list for you. Let's see. Let me see where it is. There we go. Aha. So he found a lizardfoot pot made from flint.
A lizard's
oh.
foot pot.
Yes, this is really good
Okay.
as well. There's also a shard of iron that's very shiny. Oh, this is really good. A petrified elf nose. He has come home with like 50 different little very shiny trinkets of very little value. And he's looking at Saphira like, I did a good job, right?
Yes, yes, he did. I let him keep the trinkets and give back the flint, the iron, and the petrified elf nose back to our roach friend. And we said, "Here, look, we recovered some of your stuff. Who knows what happened with the rest?"
He also has like a little compass. Like a shark fin compass.
I'd like to roll perception on this.
That is, you don't know that. That's not yours, by the way. You don't recognize it.
Okay, I roll a 10 in perception anyway, so I just think that I'm grateful. Thank you, thank you. That's only a few of the hundreds that I lost. I'll have you know, yeah, little in between me and you guys. I've been in this land for a lot longer than most, and I not really happy with how it's going currently. So let's I know of a few cool spots where some items might happen to be able to be procured. If you guys are willing to help me recover to pay back your debts.
More magical items. Amazing.
No. Not magical items. Legendary items of fable. Most people have never even heard or even know they exist.
Didn't we
What?
just pay our debts by the rope cutting?
What? The rope killing was punishment. That's not paying debt.
Punishment for
I
your.
speak in items and money, not screwing each other over. That's just life, kid.
Like me dropping you right now?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm a cockroach, my man. There ain't
Yep.
nothing that's gonna stop me.
Fair enough.
So why are things not going so well?
There's ups and downs in life for sure. I'll get it all back. It always happens. I always find these like little bags that hold infinite amounts of items, and I always lose them. It's really a miracle. Swear to God, they're cursed.
It's like you pissed off someone one time, ages ago.
And ended up as a cockroach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm putting that together.
But I'll tell you guys a story of my lives, my many, many lives that I've had one day. But I'll put the indentured servitude behind us. Why don't we just call each other friends? What do you say, friends? And you see the most disgusting cockroach face, like open up its like mandible, and it's the cockroach version of smiling.
Sure.
Well, there's something I'll never forget.
Yeah.
It smells horrible.
Okay, for now.
Now I'll pretend to be your friend.
It's a deal. So, you guys met Jeb, huh?
Yeah, so
What'd you
this
think?
errand, what do you know?
About the errand or about Jeb?
Both, I guess, at this point, if we're going to be friends, right?
All I was told by Jeb is to throw you overboard. That's about all I know.
Gakor's face is probably like, huh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. I literally just went, mm-hmm.
Leaning in and like, between me and you, Jeb's a great guy. But goddamn, he's a more backstabbing bastard than I've ever met in my entire life. Great guy, though. Do not piss him off, or else, there's a very, very scary woman trailing him behind.
This woman wouldn't be a cat, would she?
No. Wait, you know of a cat woman? Oh God, you see me shudder and my wings flap a little bit behind me.
He has
Yeah,
a
her
very
name's
fearsome
Olivia.
mother-in-law.
Wait,
But
is that the lore? Wait,
yeah. His wife is nice. His mother-in-law isn't. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
her mother-in-law is actually nice too, as long as you're a nice person. If you're not a nice
Okay.
person, she is not nice.
That is true. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Okay, we're good. All right.
Yeah. And he will communicate that her name is Grandma Magda.
Yep. Yeah. Wow, ripping off Diablo. SMH. So are we flying through the desert or are we on the floor yet?
You're landed.
Okay. I point in a random direction and I say, this way.
Guess you follow him. Don't have any choice. We're in too deep.
So I still have my medallion that points back to the city,
Yep.
and he's pointing in a direction randomly. Do I know that it's random, or am I just
Yep.
assuming that it's random?
It's up to
No,
you.
you think I'm doing it with very much intent. Like,
Oh no,
I-
I've been watching you the whole time. I think you're full of shit. Like I'm just making it clear. I'm like I don't know. Like I'm looking at you pointing in this direction, and then looking at my companions going,
I'm gonna roll a persuasion check to make sure
Yeah.
you don't hit this. All right, I have
Or
rolled
or a
19.
deception maybe.
Oh well, yeah, I guess it'd be a deception, but either way, it's still +3.
Well,
19 either way.
What do you want me to roll?
Insight.
Nine. Okay.
You're not sure.
Nine.
You're not quite
Yeah.
sure, but it seems like he might not be completely bullshitting on this one.
I then tell them, to be honest, I'm pointing in a random direction, but I've been in this desert many, many years. This desert does not work like any desert you've ever seen before. I always seem to end up at some weird, like, tomb. One time, like 200 years ago, I fought a giant fucking mummy. And, I know. Maybe that's how I got the Sun God shield. Maybe I found it at a grave of a hero. But probably at that dungeon. It just takes us to these cool places.
Would it be because these are shifting sands?
No, gotta be honest. I don't really pay much attention to that kind of stuff. I'm a wandering peddler. I just wonder where the wander takes me. Or where the wind takes me. Is that the saying?
So
Well, off we go.
so you guys are traveling. Um and you're having a grand old time. He's heading off in a certain direction. And as you guys crest a hill, you begin to hear like this weird cooing sound. Kind of like a mix of a song and Nernrud, right? It's got like this weird high-pitched cooing sound. And there is a beautiful blossoming red flower in the center of like a small depression.
Hey, look, a flower. Why don't you go pick it up? We could use that. I don't know. We could smash it up. Maybe put it in a vial. Might do something cool. We're friends, right? I would never.
Sure.
I would
Yeah.
never leave my friends.
How much do I have to? Okay. What is it that you roll for? Is it insight?
To what are you trying to do? What are you
I'm
trying to
trying
do?
to pick up the flower without being in danger.
That would probably be survival. So as you approach the flower, I assume everyone's like sticking together, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm standing at the back of the pack now, though, for sure.
Everyone roll me a wisdom save.
Are you kidding me? Oh wait, a save? Not
Yep.
not okay.
Yep.
Oh,
11.
I nearly rolled a 20, dude.
The DC is
Wait.
12.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay.
Sorry, I rolled a save or a check, not a save.
Damn, that was close.
Did not a single one of us hit it? No one hit a 12?
No, I don't
Dude,
think
So
oh
as
no,
you
I
guys
rolled a 15.
as you
I
guys
rolled a 15.
oh great. So
Yeah.
everyone except Veem, you notice like something's weird, dude. They're all just like walking towards it nonchalantly as if nothing matters, but as they're walking towards it, you start to notice they start to sink.
We start to sink, or the flower starts to sink?
You start to sink. You're walking into
Okay.
quicksand.
Sink, not stink. Got it.
Sink, yes. You're walking into quicksand. And as you approach, the flower is like getting more and more bright, and you can almost see teeth in it.
I'm assuming Vim's the only one that sees that,
Yep.
correct?
Wait, so I'm seeing that they're in danger.
Yep.
All right, okay, so I'll tell everyone to stop. I see that this is no ordinary flower. I think it's a creature of some sort trying to kill us.
They're
So
all
step
they're all
away,
like
but-
confused because they're under like some kind of magical trance at the moment.
Wait, can I roll something to get out of that magical trance? I have
Yeah.
really high intelligence and wisdom.
He did try to warn you guys, so I'll let you guys roll again.
What are we rolling?
Wisdom save.
Okay. God damn it, 13 this time.
That passes.
9.
Rolls have been really bad, especially with +5 to my wisdom save.
Dude.
10.
Yeah.
Well, Sebastian, you wake up.
I'm like,
Nice.
oh, this flower is pretty cool. We're gonna want this flower. Can I ready for combat? Can I like prepare a spell?
Yeah, it's not going to be. It's just a hazard. It's not so much a creature. It's like a hazard.
Oh, okay. I was thinking this was a creature that I know of.
Okay.
Never mind then.
You
You
can
said there
you
was
can
teeth on
pluck
it,
the
right?
flower. It's kind of like a Venus flytrap, but for people.
Okay.
In fact,
I
they're
not-
very valuable.
So
Can I, as soon as I wake up and I notice this, can I cast jump and jump to the flower?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to.
You would know
jump.
that the best way to like is the best way to harvest it is to stun it somehow, or using something like shocking grasp, for example. Would like prevent the quicksand effect. You guys would just be like buried a little bit in normal sand, and you could pluck the flower and you'd be fine.
I'm
So
gonna
that's
think
like
for
the way that
people.
you'd know people would have harvested this before.
All
If
right.
you wake me up, I can do that.
To
if
get
I'm
them
waking everyone up, but
out
then
of it,
everyone
can
just
I
ignores me.
charm person both of them that are still in it to break them from it?
Pass a DC 10 Arcana check.
Well, I mean, it's a wisdom of 14, just base charm person is.
Okay. Well, you're also trying to counteract an existing charm effect.
Okay, so what do you want me to roll then? Arcana?
Yep.
Okay, well, I have +6 to Arcana. I rolled a 9. I got a 3 with +6.
Oh my god. You guys are just having such a bad time. So Ronnie's like, hey, guys, you know, the flower. And Vian's like, okay, so what are you doing, Vian, while this is happening?
Well, I tried waking them up. They completely ignored the trance. So if they're gonna go to it anyway, I'm gonna attempt to jump to the flower and see if I can harvest it before they get to it.
Oh, I used a jump spell to get there. It's entirely different than regular jumping. Like, I get to jump like 60 feet.
Okay, so how do I get
Actually, I
there?
get to drop 120
Because there's
feet.
You can do an athletics
There's,
check to long jump. It's like a 30-foot
athletic-
wide area that is it's all uncovered. So you could probably make it through a long jump. So
my athletics is -1.
or acrobatics.
Okay, I'll do an acrobatics roll.
All right.
Oh,
You
Well-
land a foot like just out of hand, just out of reach, about waist in.
Okay. That was nearly like a 15. That's annoying. So am I stuck now?
Yeah, a little bit. All right, Ronnie, you're at the flower.
The flower? Sorry?
Yep, you're at the flower. Yep.
I'm like, all right, get to it. Pick it up. I can't do it.
You pluck the flower.
Me or one
Yeah,
of
you
them?
pluck the flower.
Oh, I did pluck the flower?
Yeah.
Okay, can I roll an Arcana check on it to kind of guess what it is magically?
It's known as a desert siren.
Like, Yes, I know exactly what this is. I put it in one of my
A
vials.
bucket.
Is Vim still holding on to this bucket, or did he toss it?
God, I
I
hope he
tossed
still
it.
has it. Oh,
No. Was it you said you had 7 buckets. What 10 more of them?
you
Those
don't have
are all in
anything
my
now.
bag. Those happen to be actually magical, and they kind of did exactly what I explained to you earlier. But one of them filled up with lager infinitely. That one was really cool. But we don't have that anymore. I stole that from a bear. Fuck that bear.
Somewhere a bear is very sad.
I can see why Ronnie's cursed.
By the
I'm not
way, the
cursed.
bear he's talking about is a bear named Steve, and he was a banker.
Oh God, wait! I just realized we're probably gonna meet the fucking bear. Oh.
Yeah. Well, karma exists.
Yep.
So
It's
you have a
okay.
desert siren, a red flower. It's bright as beads of blood.
Like I said, I want to put it in an empty vial of mine.
Okay.
So the sand stopped shifting and we're awake now.
Mhm.
Okay, so we
Nice.
work our way to the surface and
See?
kind of dust ourselves off.
I saved you. Look, I'm a trustworthy guy. Would I save just anybody? No. We're friends now.
So
Great friends.
he wants to roll me a d6 to see how many petals he successfully harvested.
Am I the only one rolling it, or are they
You
rolling it?
you can, yeah, you can.
Okay.
Sorry.
2.
Okay. Well, that's not horrible. Let's see.
That's literally the second worst option.
I was trying to be optimistic. Each
Technically
petal's
not.
worth each petal's worth like 150 gold. So
Okay.
300 gold worth of ingredients.
Huh? What'd you say?
You have 300 gold worth of ingredients.
Okay.
Nice.
And if
Do
you
I know that it's this valuable?
yes,
Like, okay.
you actually you know that if you have it properly enchanted and refined, it's a lot more valuable.
Okay.
So, but you need like you would need a couple other
Uh,
things.
With how I'm going through, I kind of want my character to be like the knowledgeable character of like everything in this world, but also like dumb and greedy as shit. So
yeah. So you would know that this if it's properly treated and enchanted, all that, it's a ingredient of incredibly potent healing potions.
okay.
So
I'll have you guys know I can make some real powerful potions with this. Really powerful. We're on the track to get me rich again. You guys might benefit from this too as well. I have some friends in powerful places. There's a little fucking gnome that likes to buy this stupid goddamn shit. Fuck that guy.
So
Sure
your intent is to help us with what you've harvested with the gold.
Yes, sir.
So in a moment of like clarity, I'm like, wait, how are we helping Jeb? Where are we headed here?
What do you mean? I thought you guys were supposed to know that. I'm just here as a guide. I was hired to do this.
You're just here to throw us overboard.
Well, I guided you overboard.
Well, fair
No?
enough. So I look at my companions and I'm like, do either of you two know where we're going?
I feel at this point it's beyond our control, and we should just go with what Ronnie the Roach, where Ronnie the Roach is taking us.
that's what the
Because we're
compass
in the
is
middle
for.
of the desert.
I
Yeah.
point to the left and say, this way.
Ronnie
Let's go
has
for it.
the compass that you recovered, by the way.
So,
Wait,
so,
The shark fin
so I'm
compass.
following a guy that's thrown me overboard and led me into thinking quicksand. All right, lead on.
Well, I mean, I could say a certain person's name and bring him here to us. And then we'd be really fucked, but we'd really know where we're going.
Go Go on.
Well, there's one that I like to call Thou Who Shall Not Be Named. I've kind of killed him once. He's a little stubborn bastard. But he's really trustworthy. But you know, like, you guys ever encountered genies before? Genies are not nice people. They'll give you a wish and then they usually send you in some fucked up way to it. He's kind of like that, but worse.
Like a bucket.
No. The bucket makes him seem the bucket like the God's gift to this earth. But I could do it.
Is he the one? Is he the one that Jeb owes this debt to?
Oh, well, Jeb told me not to speak of his debts.
So that's enough. So why are we summoning this he who shall not be
I don't
named?
really know where we're going. Just the price we'd have to pay, or we could just go to the left, like I said.
Ben, what do you think?
I think we should just. What are the two options? Go with
Go to the left,
where he's taking us.
Or summon a genie that's already been killed once.
Not a genie. He's a small little bastard with a cat. Oh, I'm not sure if the cat's with him anymore.
Would the cat's name be Olivia?
Oh, you know Olivia, huh? That's unfortunate.
Well,
All right.
looking
Lead
like
on.
Yeah, exactly. So
To the
no
left we
genie, take the
go.
left. Yeah, okay.
Slightly disappointed you guys didn't take the bait, but very respectful. I would like to raise my hand in the air and wave at him and go, sorry, and then or wave up in the air and go, sorry, and then continue walking to the left.
All right. So, you guys end up traveling for a while, like, and it seems like, like, just like in instances, it's almost like the direction you guys are changing, because you'll look behind you, and you'll look ahead of you, and like the mountains over there are gone, and you're sitting there like, man, how the fuck are we supposed to get where we need to be, right? And then Ronnie
Mhm.
and all of his genius like starts going in like a figure eight pattern. And then as like the top of the loop comes around, you notice there's like a this kind of like rocky formation slightly in the distance.
See, I told you guys. Look, there's something. It's not sand. I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Promise.
Yes. Something is better than nothing, I guess. Off to the mountains.
Yeah, it's in the shape. See, this formation's like made out of large rocks, right? And it's like jutting out from the sand in an awkward, kind of unnatural fashion. The stone looks dark red and bleached white from abrasive winds, as if the rocks themselves were hewn from giant bones. If you didn't know me better, you would say it was in the shape of a skull.
That
Can I
looks
roll an
like the place.
investigation check? Actually, no. I want to roll an Arcana check.
Uh-huh. What are you trying to discern?
12. If I know what this is, like, do I recognize this place as a magical place?
It is definitely magical, but you've not been here before.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think I had been, but hey, as a roach of all things magic, there's definitely some magic over there. Also, I'd like to point out, you guys have no idea what my class is, which is just like a thing.
Okay, sorry, I got
Sure.
disconnected.
But yeah,
We have no idea if you're telling the truth at this stage, let alone your class.
yeah.
And you're leading us to these mountains made of bones.
No, it's rock. It just looks like a skull.
It just looks
Okay.
like bones and shaped
Yeah.
into a skull.
Exactly. What are the other options instead of just heading to the direction of this evil? Well, what we think is an evil. Like, it's not good. Yeah. Like, Can we head back? Can we
assuming there's like a 30-degree angle, to that area, about 330 degrees of the area to go to. But the plot is that way, so.
The plot.
Oh, let's follow the plot then. Let's keep going.
So, as you guys get closer, you kind of like enter the cabin, right? You immediately gain a sense of unease, as if this place feels unnaturally still. The shadows seem darker than normal, and even the light from outside in the bright day seems to barely penetrate the eerily cool cabin entrance. And as you step further inside, the air becomes more and more cold, like the oppressive touch of death.
Well, Kakor. Is that how you pronounce your name? Is that how you want to say it? Or Gok?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kakor. I got something cool for you. Look at this. This is definitely gonna have some magic shit in it. Cause it's creepy as all hell, am I right? I pat him on the back.
I sneer. I just sneer at him.
Cause magic items tend to, especially the ones that you lose, tend to happen to find in these places. So maybe we start finding things that could, bring me back to my previous status.
I ask you what your previous status is.
Well, I can't tell you that. I'm a roach. That's my status. I then open up my mandibles in the most creepy way that's like kind of a smile.
Fantastic. And so we just keep going forward slowly, checking the air. Can we see who has dark vision?
Is that Varul, I think? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So Varula's gonna point, and be like, "Hey, what's this?" And he's pointing to a wall.
Wait, Varul is with us? I thought Varul was
Yes, Varula is
wait,
there, but he's being quiet and helpful. So
okay.
this way he
So
doesn't have
Varula
to
has
reappear.
I see. Okay.
So
Mm. So he has dark vision, so what does he see?
So what is our how like the darkness is overtaking us as we continue to go in this cave, correct?
you're at the entrance of a cavern. There is a opening, kind of, except you can tell it's like a doorway, but it's sealed shut. And Verilla's pointing to some abrasions on, like, kind of like a plaque, right? You can't really make out what it is. It's like writing. Because like the cuts like blend in with like the dry baked sand, you can't really tell what it's saying. However, you can kind of see that there's like jutting out from the wall is a little bowl, and there's a tiny dagger kind of like buried hilt deep inside the bowl.
Can I cast light? And that'll give us a good 20-foot radius of light all around.
Yeah, you have light.
Can we then brush off said sand to see what the writing is?
Um, it seems like the runes are shifting a little bit, as if it's deliberately obscured.
I love these things. I'm terrible at them.
So the room's moving or like closing in on us?
The runes, like the writing.
Okay.
Think of it as like in Corthia, not Corthia. Is it Corthia? The place where the new raid is at, and you have to go decipher the runes. Think of it like that. You know what I mean? You get like your popo, that type of thing.
And there's a
Actually,
bowl with
like
a
we were talking
dagger in
about
it.
Yep.
the hole with the dagger in it with runes
A
that are
bowl.
changing.
Yep.
Seems like we're gonna find a dagger, boys, and girl. I don't know how your guys' races work. I don't give a shit.
Can we roll a perception check to discover more about this? Was this like there's no way of like deciphering these runes or?
Correct.
Wait. Okay.
It's like magical
'Cause I want
obfuscation.
Okay. Because I want to see if the runes are the same as the ones we found at the start of the campaign.
The same language.
Okay.
Same kind of like, if you had to guess if they were a language, they were definitely related.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I know the language? Like, know what it is, not necessarily know how to read it.
You would know just from Arcana is that it's something along the lines of
Arcana.
primal magic.
And are these? Do I have to? Do I roll a perception check to see if it's the same as the ones at the start? Like I know I mentioned this.
That's
as
immediately
in, like,
apparent.
Okay, because in
Same
the start
kind of
there were
runes.
9 runes.
Yeah, same
And
kind of
then
runes.
we found one like strong like rare item with one of the runes that were marked. So I'm guessing there are nine of these, and this is like one of them that we have to collect. Can I attempt to grab the dagger?
You do so. You see that there's some writing on the blade.
Okay. Do I have to roll anything?
Nope.
Or
The
what do I
words
see?
make out. This is what's on the blade. Veins make the door.
Okay, so my guess is that these are the blades that were used by the wizards, and they cut themselves with it to open themselves a door to somewhere else. I'm guessing we have to cut ourselves with
Do you
blood
tell
so
us
something
what's on the
opens.
blade? Or are you the
Yeah, yeah. I read it out loud. Yeah, everyone sees it.
I would like to say, all right, which one of you is cutting out all their veins? You guys don't need all of them, right? You guys need like half one.
I'd say as a trained assassin, I'm used to this, so I wouldn't mind doing it. So, apart from the bowl, I got the dagger. Is there anywhere where it seems apparent that there'd be a doorway that needs opening?
Yes.
Cool. So I go up to the door and I do a small cut on my wrist to try and open the door, and
The
with
dagger
blood
was
to open the
imprinted in it.
passage.
The dagger was imprinted in what looks like some kind of ritual bowl.
Oh, okay. So I had to put blood in the bowl. Okay.
Well, the blood god.
Well, is there any risks of me cutting myself, like get damaged, or is there any way of doing this safely? As in, like,
Nah. As long as you're
can I
not
use some...
excessive about it, you're fine.
Okay, okay. So then I cut myself and I put some blood into the bowl.
Wait, are you cutting yourself with that dagger, or are you cutting yourself with a normal, like whatever weapon you have on you?
With that dagger. With that dagger.
Okay.
Yeah.
When the drops of blood enter the bowl, it gets sucked downward like a sinister spiral. Blood enters the grooves in the wall, making them readable to the naked eye. And this is what it says. Veins make the door, thus blood is the key. It is not the price to be paid, and thus cowards should flee. If your lives you hold dear, run now and prepare. For once dusk settles, your life will be laid bare. The Starfallen will hunt you, and your souls they shall devour. Once more we remind those who came from the forgotten tower. For when the sun shall fade in a red haze, history will once again repeat, and it was never going to end any other way.
Freaked out because I'm like, shit, guys. Forward we go. Sonia. Or Saphira, sorry, that's your character's name. Saphira. Why don't you lead the way? You got healing magic. Blood's not a big deal for you, right?
By the
Sure.
way, Veem's cut, in a spark of green lightning, it has disappeared.
The cut disappears?
Yep, from Veem's hand.
Yield. Well, that's odd. I've never seen any magic like this before.
You're a lucky one for not seeing this magic before.
I'd say I'm not sure what's going on here. So riddle's been given upon us after placing the blood on the bowl. No doors have opened.
I haven't finished that little narration. I was waiting for you guys to talk about it. So,
Oh, my
a
bad.
few moments later, the entrance of the cavern opened. The edges are flecked with shadows, and it reveals stairs down below. The darkness is thick and protruding.
So I gesture Saphira to go in first.
So do I perceive that there's a time limit to get through this?
Wouldn't be unreasonable to assume that.
I'll be right back. Continue. I have to pee.
So where's the sun in the sky now?
It's about noon.
Would I perceive that we have until sunset to finish this?
Decent guess.
Does my light still work? Can I take it with us?
Yeah. Your light's working as far as you know. So, still, showing light.
Excellent. Can I also cast Bless on the three of us? Minus the cockroach. I can
Wow,
only cast.
rude.
No, it's fine. I cast Bless on the other three creatures. So on Vim and
Okay, I'm
Gakor.
back.
Oh, that's right.
and-
5e bless is 5e bless multi-target?
Yeah. Bless
Okay,
is
that's
up
right,
to
because
20
Pathfinder is single target bless. Gotcha.
We
Yeah.
get inspiration from Bless, right? That's what it is.
No, it's
You
a plus 1d4 to specific types of rolls. So
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah. So you guys, do you guys enter the little cavern?
Yes, I
Yeah.
feel like I feel like we're in a time limit here, and we don't have any other choice. So yeah.
All right.
Well,
So, as you go in, the shadows seem to grow yet thicker, and very little light is deemed effective. Does anyone have a torch?
I believe
I
I
can
do, yeah.
create
Yes,
a torch.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so if you have a torch lit, you'll notice that if you look into your torch, you can almost see small black tendrils shaped like hands grasp at the edges of the flame.
Where is that?
Damn it,
supposed to happen?
Theobot! You had one job.
But always messes up.
Oh, bot.
Yeah.
And as everyone continues to go down, you'll hear some kind of like bone kind of grinding on stone as the entrance behind you shuts. There is
Can you
about
say that again? Sorry, the bot was a little loud for me.
Yeah, so as you guys go forward, basically the entrance slants behind you.
Well, we're all stuck in here together, aren't we?
Yeah, stuck in here. Yeah.
It's a good thing we're friends, huh, guys?
Yeah. Of course.
There is but one way to go, forward. You see continuous openings in the rock, gaping holes beckoning you in with a not-so-comforting chill. There are small flecks of sand suspended in the air, slowly drifting down the gap as if being sucked in by greedy mouths. So walking through the gap, you begin to descend down into the earth. Along the walls are shapes embedded into the surface, rough drawings of indistinct creatures. Whatever they are monstrous, as if from a different age. Your party continues down the stairs. You feel the dirt beneath it becoming more compact. Each step seems to make a hollow, crunching sound. Would anyone like to make me a perception?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have also +5. 21.
Oh, I rolled 21. Nice. 23.
You are stepping
Get
on bone
wrecked.
meal. You are stepping on crunched up bones.
Can I pick up the crunched up bones and throw it in the air and be like, yay, bone dust? Always a good sign.
Yeah. After what seems like forever, your party arrives at a door made of stone. To the right of the door lies a skull, jutting out from a depression in the wall, slightly ajar and loose. Carved around the depression is the shape of a man's skeleton, missing his head.
The skeleton is missing its head?
Yeah, it's like the skull is slightly out of place where it needs to be.
just stand back and watch and be like, yeah, I just stand back and watch.
The skull goes on top of this man's head. I also have a penchant for being Captain Obvious.
All
Is he
right.
putting the skull back into place?
I look at the thief or the rogue with his quick hand.
Yes.
Would you like to do the honors?
Sure. I'll go for it. Do I have to roll anything?
Nope. As you push in the skeleton, it locks into place. The door begins to slide with a rough sound of rock on rock, hurting your ears. You can hear the sounds of mechanisms behind the wall, unlocking as you go. A faint, sinister laugh echoes from the darkness below. Sometimes doors are locked not to keep intruders out, but to keep something within.
Well, that doesn't sound good. We start
Not
making
like
our
we
way
have-
in anyway.
Yeah, not like we
Yeah.
have much of a choice.
Yeah.
As you proceed, each step seems to be a bit harder, as if the air itself makes your feet feel heavier. In a hissing whisper you hear, "Shadows crowd out the light." Your torches extinguish.
I mean, I have dark vision, so I'm chilling.
Magical darkness, baby.
Okay. I was gonna say, is it magical darkness or is it regular darkness?
So we're completely in the dark and we can't see anything.
It's weird, though. It's almost like there's moonlight from no moon.
What's beneath our feet? Are we in a new room?
You're still in the tunnels and stairs heading down. As
Can
you
we
continue,
see the entrance that we just opened up?
yeah, it's behind you.
Wait, the entrance that the stone door is behind us?
Yeah, you guys continue a little bit.
Oh,
There's only one way.
okay.
There's only one way to go. Is basically.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
walked in the stone door and we're in an orb of darkness.
Got it. So we can just press forward, I guess, then.
Mhm.
Right? Nothing else we can do.
So as you guys continue, you notice that in the walls are both carved and embedded skulls. Some of the air you breathe is being sucked into the mouths of skulls set in the walls. Even without eyes, you can tell the skulls are shaped by silent screams. Their carvings of other shapes appear to be made from sharp bones, from fingers, not teeth. Yes, come deeper. Descend into the depths.
Finally, you guys all hear that too? He's inviting us in.
Seems I'm convinced enough. Let's keep going.
As you
And
guys
so
plunge.
we see only what 5 feet in front of us at a time.
Yep.
Okay.
As you plunge deeper, your party is suddenly racked by strong vibrations that make it hard to stand. You realize the movement is strong and above you. Inside the sea of shifting sands atop the cavern, something massive is swimming in the seas of sands far above you.
I roll an Arcana check. And look above to see if I can guess what it is.
Oh, you know,
That-
there's the moth. They're the moth's pets.
The what pets? Sorry.
The moth's pets.
Oh. Can we just ignore them?
Yes, they're not a threat to you at the moment. They just
'Cause
eat
they're in the
things.
sands and
They
we're
just
in
eat
this
things on the surface.
Right.
Let's see.
You see, the maw gets their souls, his pets get their flesh, and their bones come to me eventually. After several more minutes of dissension, the air feels oppressively cold and thin, as if no matter what you do, it is difficult to get enough air. Everyone roll me a Constitution save.
3. What if I don't need to breathe air?
Oh. Yeah, roach. That's true.
You still have to make a save. You suffer,
Ooh.
if you fail the
let's hear
save
it.
DC 10, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay, and then I get the exhaustion.
Are we counting the bless? Does that help anything?
That's fine.
We
Of
don't
course,
have to
even
use
for
the bless, do
Sebastian,
we?
he's fucked either way, so.
Yeah, I'm not using my bless.
And what was the check
Con,
that we had
DC
to
10.
make? Okay, where was I at?
Man, you guys are rolling shit today.
It's okay.
Yep.
Or next Sunday we'll
100%.
roll great.
Yeah, that's
All
bad
right.
rolls today.
After several more minutes of descension, the stones become more difficult to see and traverse with each step. You come to what appears to be a massive underground cavern. Beyond you is such a chasm. Let's see. Ah, here it is. But so in this chasm, there are ornate bridges made of bones and wood coming across to the edge of a shore. Bones stuck up in piles everywhere, with shards even caking the very earth you walk on. Most in unfamiliar shapes, some even resembling beasts from another age.
So, who wants to walk over this bridge first?
So I will cast second level spell Flame Blade.
Interesting spell to cast.
Okay.
Does this improve our vision or my vision at all?
Yes.
Okay.
The bridge is now translucent.
Like, are you talking like when you're playing
Like,
Fortnite and
see
you're
through it.
building before you press build, like type of translucent, or are we talking
Yeah,
like?
it revealed an illusion.
Okay.
Nice.
Ironically, that was actually like the way I had it planned of revealing it was reigniting a torch. But that was probably one of the most deadly traps down here you just avoided.
Can we look around to see another way across?
Yes. So the flames seem to be dispelling the illusion of what isn't there. So you are on a shore with water so black no light could reveal what lies within. Next to your party is a tall wooden post with a rough iron bell bolted to it and attached to a dock.
Okay, back to Harry Potter now, are we? Okay. Well, let's ring the bell, see if a raft comes and picks us up.
Saphira, you ring it. You're a holy person. I feel like that's a good thing to do.
For sure. I ring the bell.
Okay. A loud, echoing, shrill bell goes through the air. Ringing it took far more effort than you anticipated. The touch was cold. Less like itself was cold and more like it was actively trying to steal heat. It echoes like the call of the haunted. In the distance, on what appears to be the water, a light turns on and begins to move towards you. The mist is thick, and it is still an active effort to breathe. Every intake of air stings the lungs, but keeps you alive in this place. Through the thickening shadows, moving about as if in fog, you can barely make out the shapes of buildings etched into the cavern walls. This is a massive underground city, a city of death and bone, buried within the sand forever. Every breath, every whisper, every sound you make echoes within this foreboding place. After a few minutes, you can barely make out the bow of a boat, with dozens of meshed skulls making a macabre figurehead. It flows smoothly forward, but not as if it is floating in the water, as if the water itself is moving around the boat. You can make out a cloaked figure, slowly pedaling its way to you with a tall, brown stick. The lights coming from orbs on top of the staff do not burn hot, they burn cold. The edges of the flames within the orbs contain black flecks as a bruised sight, and emanate a light blue tint of vision. As the boat
So, like,
approach, hmm?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
As the boat approaches, He stops at the dock and pulls out a rope. A small wooden set of stairs flips over and lands on the wooden dock, and he gestures to you to come aboard.
Can we talk to this person?
If you want to.
Someone else want to talk to him?
I feel like he's just an ominous presence. I kind of just want to get on the boat and see what happens.
Okay, that's valid.
As you get on the boat,
let's just
he simply holds out a cloaked hand.
to help you on.
No.
As payment.
Yeah, I'm assuming for gold.
Not gold.
Okay.
The ferryman requires silver. So I pick up the silver coin that I found, and hand it to him.
He takes the silver and pulls his hand back into his robe, and then starts to begin slowly paddling him down the Black River.
Can I Arcana check to see if we're still in our world?
You wouldn't know.
Okay.
At this point, you'd probably a 50-50.
Okay.
So as he begins to paddle, you can look around. Looking from above, you begin to notice strange patterns in the water. Movement surrounding you, like fish, but heavier and slower.
Can we just continue walking and ignore the fish?
Well, you're not walking. You're you're on the boat now.
Oh! I thought you implied that we had made it to the other side.
No. So as you
just
continue,
on our journey, we're noticing ripples in the water.
yep.
Can we tell that they are individual pieces, or is it part of a large beast?
Part of a large creature, probably. Very large. By the way, this river is as wide as you could basically see.
Ocean to us, type deal.
Is the
You
darkness
could
still...
barely see the shores on either side, basically, at this point.
So are we still in the orb of darkness, or has that lifted?
Everywhere around you is magical darkness.
Got it.
Anyone know how to noodle?
Quiet, you.
So as you continue down the river, you begin to see that there are lights on the water. Wisps of green and blue, flowing like the scales of some amphibian beast, but the size of a person. They seemingly go against and around the current, but rarely come to the surface. The only thing that breaks are fingers clawing at the boat, ever so gently.
I don't like this.
Well, I'm not peering into the water, just in case it's like the faces of the dead.
Eventually, globes of light begin to rise in the distance, moving ever so slowly, as if fishing for your attention.
I close my eyes.
Can I try and mental link with the things that I'm noticing? Like talk to them?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna telepathically talk to them.
Roll me an intelligence save.
Okay.
You get cursed, you're going in the water.
9. I have a +6. I have a +6 and I got a 9.
You are temporarily insane.
So no difference, really.
You basically kind of like put one foot up top of the rowboat. You know,
Like I'm
think
about to jump.
it'd be a great thing to go for a swim.
Who wants to go swimming? I
Can
feel
I-
like these
can
guys are
I-
fights.
Can I do cure wounds, please?
Cure wounds.
Does
I don't
Cure
think
Wounds
that.
save for magical effects?
I don't think it does. As far as I know.
No, it doesn't.
Preserve life, maybe? No, never mind.
Yeah,
I got
this
nothing
this
for
would
you
probably
on
require
this one.
like
This one's a no.
restrainment or some kind of dispel.
Something else more powerful that can interact with
Yeah,
weapons.
the size of Ronnie the Roach is 6 feet by what, like 80 pounds? I
Uh,
don't know. I don't know how much roaches weigh.
I don't know actually.
I
How
wouldn't
much
assume that they're
does
incredibly heavy.
Okay, so they're about 1 to 2 inches times 30 grams. So calculator, 30
Humanoid
times
weight.
like 70. We'll go with that. 2,100 grams, and then grams to pounds. Oh, I'm really light. What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I figured, especially if with wings to fly.
I weigh Theo like canonically like 20 pounds.
We'll say
So
we'll say like 85 pounds.
great.
That's right.
So I'll grab. I have 16 strength, so I will grapple this roach and tie him up with a rope.
You succeed, but you feel slightly more disgusted afterwards.
I'll wash my scales off later.
Sure, the water looks real nice and swimmable. I even got my swimsuit in my bag.
You
You
hear
are a
you
swimsuit.
hear a slight coo of the familiar sounding young girl almost singing, "Row, row, row your boat."
Meanwhile,
Well,
we
that's
are
creepy.
still traveling. This boat is still moving forward, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So again, I will close my eyes and uh, and just wait patiently, using my perception to sense anything of danger. If you need me to roll,
You hear like a woman behind you saying, "You could wash your scales."
I'll wash them with the sun. Thank you.
So after about like 20 minutes of being poked like this, um, you arrive at another dock. Before you can disembark, though, um, the cloaked figure points at a sign saying, "Please keep all hands and feet inside the boat at all times. So do not disembark until we come to a complete stop."
At a
So,
complete stop.
hmm?
Are we at a complete stop now?
Yep.
Okay.
You're at like an island, what appears to be like a massive bone island.
How's the roach doing? Still insane?
It's starting to feel a little bit better.
Okay, so I grab him and start to walk onto the island.
All right. So in the center of the massive bones, you find a black stone altar, almost a desk. Behind the altar is a black throne, and upon it lays the shape of a large skeletal man in a tattered black robe, wearing a golden crown centered upon a red jewel. Near his left side is a large two-handed, ancient-looking sword, the blade tip buried within the dust of dirt and charred bones. His white, pale skull is resting upon an elbow. On the table are several bars of gold, silver, and other trinkets, as well as placemats and playing cards. Around the island are other small tables, where skeletons in various robes and finery are also playing games of chance. Using dice or cards, it seems that random bright trinkets, junk really, seem to be the most valued, whereas gold is heavily undervalued, maybe even borderline worthless. Some skeletons appear to be dressed as nobles, others as adventurers or even commoners. One thing they all have in common is that they are lounging. In the back is a large wooden panel, almost like a bar. Above it are various glasses of different styles and makes, almost like from a different area. Unfortunately, none of the glasses present seem to be very dust-free. Next to the bar is a large wooden board with age-old notes nailed to it. Some seem to be written in eerily familiar handwriting. As you begin to explore the island, let's see, a small quake occurs, as if the bones on the island were beginning to make and take into an unusual shape. Alright, what do you guys do?
Start rambling gibberish.
That's a spirit.
What shape do the bones make?
You notice that like random pieces of bones are coming from the water and on the island and are starting to create like this shambling kind of mass.
Is it like turning into something? Like, or is it just like this mass of bones being
Yep.
created in front of us? Okay, do we just wait to see what it becomes, or what else was there?
Veem, you notice that there's a bone stuck underneath your foot.
I'll take a closer look at it. Is there anything specific?
It looks like a finger.
Oh, is it okay? Hmm. Okay, I mean, there's nothing I don't know what to do with this finger. Like, uh,
Your foot is on it, and it's trying to like go to the mass.
oh right, okay, I take my foot out. I didn't know it was like trying to go to the mass.
It flies and reconnects to this creature's hand. This hulking figure, now made from hundreds and hundreds of disfigured bones, looks towards the skeleton sitting on the throne. He moves as if an undulating shadow, and looks at you from behind the throne he leans upon. Ah, my oldest house guest. The king sat upon a throne, but now only sits upon a kingdom of bones, whose soul is gone, flesh picked clean, but a body remains where he once was redeemed. Play a game with me. He leans in close. Perhaps you too shall be set free.
Is this bone figure made up of all bone fingers,
Of different kinds of bones,
but not just
like
specific
bone
fingers?
shards even.
I
Got it.
shout very loudly. I would like to be set free.
More bones begin to rattle around, and now they take the shape in the form of a rough table in front of you, even including a chair. Take a seat.
I look at Ronnie, and if I set you free, open-ended question.
I'll take a seat. Sure, why not? I like chairs. Nothing can stop me. I'm the invincible Ronnie the Roach.
I set him free.
I would like to immediately go sit in the chair.
He leans in close and like kind of like folds his hands. Now, for the ante. Do you
what,
have
sorry?
the vial?
I'd like to hand him the vial full of 2 petals.
He looks at you like he's actually offended. He touches the edge of the vial and the petals wilt.
Those are really valuable. You're gonna
Not
pay me
that
back.
vial.
I don't. That's. I mean, what vial? I figured this would be the one. Pretty valuable, you know. You owe me like 300 gold now. You're kind of in some debt, my guy.
Mm-hmm. He's talking about the vial that the party was given before they met Ronnie.
I mean, I don't know that they have it, so.
I think Varula was carrying it now. I think she said she would hold on to the
Varula
gold and the vial.
will hold it open near Ronnie's ear.
Okay, then can I grab it and hand it to him?
He gestures for you to place it on the table.
And I place it on the table.
Good, good. Should you win, I will fill it as promised. Should you lose, well, we'll get there.
I clap together and be like, gambling!
He pulls out from his shadowed robe a small deck of unusual cards.
Do I recognize these cards at all? Like, have I played this game before, or is this just like something I've never seen before?
They look familiar, but you don't know why.
Okay.
He leans in
I-
close and whispers, 3.
I grab 3 cards.
He grabs 3 cards and lays them face down. He says, pick one. There are 3 in front of you.
It's time to duel.
No,
And I grab
do
the middle
not. No,
one.
no, no,
Oh, come on, that was funny. That
no,
was funny. It was funny.
no, no.
I grabbed the middle one while shouting, "It's time to duel."
You flip over the card. It reveals a massive tower suspended in a field of stars in infinite blackness. If you look closely at the card, windows and doors seem to vanish and reappear at random, and it starts to crinkle as if looking to the heavens. The tower. You have come far, once more. Another, he gestures.
Can I flip over one of my cards?
There's only 3 in the center of the table.
Okay. I flip over the left.
You flip over a card. It reveals an image of a field of stars with 5 streaks of light. The lights seem to illuminate the room ever so slightly. Then the streaks of light falling to earth, you can see the faint visages of humanoid shape. Where there were 5, there will always be 5. Now the final card.
Do I recognize any of these 5 shapes?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, they're like not famous heroes or anything like that. They're just 5 shapes for me.
Yeah, you. The thing is that there's been so many variations at this point that it's like it could be, but
Okay.
Do we recognize it? Do we realize that it's us and
Yep.
our little origin story?
that would be pretty easy to tell.
Yeah. Okay.
Do they tell me that they know these people, or do I just like willy-nilly don't care? You guys gonna tell me or no?
You're off on your own little adventure here. We don't even have time to tell you.
I hear fucking Gacker laughing in the fucking background.
All right. Well, I guess I flip over the 3rd card.
It reveals the image of an unusual figure, intimidating, even if its image seems to project an aura of force. It has a light behind it, hiding the face of he who would judge you. In his hand lies the bed of a scale. On one a golden feather flecked with blue sparks. On the other, a heart that pulses in rhythm with your chest and fluctuates from light to dark. You have yet to meet the hand of he who would judge you. Now, he says, what order do they go in?
Can I ask him a question? Am I allowed to ask questions?
Yeah, you can ask him a question. He may not answer.
Okay.
It would be stars, tower, then hand of judgment.
That's it. You're telling me that specifically?
No,
like,
no,
that's what you mean?
So I'm mouthing that behind you.
Oh, you can collaborate. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's playing in your guys' behalf. You all lose, you all win.
Okay. So then you tell me that. Then I would like to ask before I go ahead, and on the scale of all that stuff, I'd be like, because there's a person holding the scale, right, in the image of the card.
Yep. You recognize it
Can I roll?
clearly as Anubis.
Okay, I was gonna say, can I roll? And then I would go. Is this pertaining? I would like to ask: is this pertaining to me or to all of us?
Yes.
Okay. I want
Or
to go.
maybe we were judged, and then we came here, and then the tower.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking judgment, people, tower.
Yeah.
That's what I want to go with. And then I turn to everyone and say, "Does that work?"
I nod.
I also nod.
Well, that's
Yep,
3
yep.
out of 4. Let's go with it.
Before you do that, let me go ahead and send you the quote of this writing, so that way you can decide of
Okay.
which order
Is
you
this
would
a
like to
personal
do
thing
it
to
in.
me that I know that they don't know? Type deal, or like?
So, because there are hints in the verbiage. So,
Okay. Fucking hell, I'm so bad at puzzles.
The only thing that throws me off is that last line, right? You have yet to meet the hand of he who would judge you, meaning we would get judged again rather than that was the initiating.
The whole point we're here. Yeah.
And the tower, you've come further once more. That implies that it's definitely second, but not last. So I think it's people tower judgment.
I think so too.
Okay. So then I'll turn back and be like, how about this? And then I'd say people tower judgment. You guys all agree?
Yep.
All right. That's the answer I tell him.
he smiles. He reshuffles the deck and lays out 3 more cards, each face down, and he says, "Pick your prize."
Like prizes. I like the eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm gonna go with right.
All right. Allow me to pull up what you won. Where is it? I had this all. Oh, okay. Oh, what? No. No, 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 no.
What's this up?
Why do I do this to myself? Okay. Here it is. Okay. So, it's going to have 3 images on it. One is going to be a sapphire,
Okay.
one is an eyepiece, and one is a hourglass.
Arcana check on this.
Go for it.
14.
All right. So let me go ahead and pull this up for you. So he's going to proceed to manifest your prizes. First thing he's going to do is he's going to take the vial and he's going to say, "Breathe."
Breathing actively.
So he's going to wrap, like he's going to spin his finger and like draw your breath out and put it into the vial. Then he's going to dip it in the black still river. And then press the cork onto there and the binding rune takes place and seals it.
Does he give me the vial or does he just take it?
He puts the vial down. That is for your patron. Then he's going to manifest your other prize. Woo! He's going to pull out from his cloak a blinking eye that looks like a monocle.
Interesting. I would like to say, hey, look, one of my items, and I take it.
He says the flow of water can be dammed, but only for so long. So too can time.
Arcana check on this item.
What do you take out? Like a blinking eye?
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 13 for that, like looking at it.
You don't know immediately what it is. All you know, it has some kind of trace of magic and related to time.
I like to
It's an
stuff it.
eye.
I like to stuff it in my bag, and then can I hold up the vial and say, "This is for you"?
He says, no, no, no.
No, no, I mean like in the air, not to the skeleton king man.
Okay.
So there's treasures. So an eye appeared. So after the vial was taken, this eye appeared.
Or do you not want me to do that, Theo, for lore purposes? So I can also not do that.
No, the vial belongs to the party.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Can I also stuff that in my bag?
that's fine. All right.
Can I ask him how we get
let's
out of
see.
here now that we've played his game?
Oh, I'm not done yet.
Oh.
Let's see, I'm trying to find the relevant section. I have so many fucking notes. What you guys do? Oh, okay. So one of the things he's gonna give you is he's gonna say, let's see. Oh, okay. So he's going to look at V and he's going to say, "Here, take this. So you might begin your journey to make an age lace a little quicker." He waves his black cape high into the air, and it seems to grow. It is filled with and made of darkness, with pieces of piercing light like stars with stars of a dying and decaying universe. Despite its terrible nature, it is truly a thing of awestruck beauty. With a bony finger he lifts it to his cloak, and with a small white flame, flickering hot as lightning, he cuts a sizable hole of fabric until it breaks loose, and in an instant the cloak reforms as it was. But the sizable chunk of cloth falls to his hand, and he holds it there. He hands it to you.
I also put the thing. Another one of my items.
Oh, he handed it to Veem.
Oh, to beam. Okay, okay.
Mhm. I mean, I inspect it. Is there anything? Is it a perception check to see?
You could tell just based off looking at it, this is an absolutely wondrous material.
Just trying to figure out like what's it for.
He looks at you, looks at Sophia, looks at Gakor. It is up to you to decide.
Can you describe the item one more time?
It was a part of his fucking magical cloak he cut off and gave to you.
Okay.
Why don't you wrap it around you and see what happens?
Okay.
It's just cloth at the moment. So
So now
It's
it's
like
a
a small
scarf.
piece of cloth, so I can't
It's
even
like
wrap it.
material,
Yeah.
not like necessarily an item.
correct.
So we get to decide what it actually does, what magical properties it has.
Yep.
Okay.
So he's going to snap his fingers to say, "Go ahead."
Do we know what the eye does that the roach so conveniently stole?
Nope.
I steal shit. It was mine to begin with.
I mean, I can't figure out like what this like cloth can be for. If I can't wrap it around myself, if it's just a small piece of this like magical
No, it's a
cloak.
good amount. It's a good amount. It's a material.
It's just cloth at the moment. Like we haven't decided what it will do, so we can decide
Okay.
what the
No,
cloth actually does. And
No,
it will...
it's you need to find someone to make something for you.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. It's not,
Okay.
oh,
So I
here's an
just put it in
item,
my
figure
bag
out what it
now.
does. No, it's a material you can find a craftsman to create something amazing for you.
Right.
Can I slap
magical
him on the
thread.
back and be like, "I know a guy. We can fix up something nice for you." A gift from me, of course. I'm a very nice person. I give out lots of it.
I'd like to keep the cloth for now. Put it in my bag.
No, I wasn't taking it from you. I was just implying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the figure is going to snap his fingers. He's going to say, "Righteous heroes or bumbling fools. I suppose this time we shall see how it turns out. A deal is a deal is a deal. I have a little bit of fate left for you. A gift. where services not yet rendered. He steps up from his chair and reaches out towards the center of the room, and a portal of darkness opens into a shattering scream, as if wounding the very world itself. Darkness oozes and pulses from the portal, as if bleeding to the pumping of an unnatural heart. He reaches within, in an empty void so dark defies description, to pull out an ashen wood hourglass, filled with beads of dark sand. You have until this hourglass empties for the world to begin again. The hourglass spins slightly, an eerie wood blue and a golden thread, and the sands within appear unnaturally suspended, as if moving from a different time. The beauty and deadly grace of the hourglass hints that it was crafted by a race cursed to never appreciate its intricate beauty, only the sinister power it might possess. In a realistic chant he speaks, once, twice, thrice. When that time is nigh, should you wish to pay the price, you may travel through the needle's eye to undo space and even time. Gifts to rewrite history are hard to find, and so are the souls who become entwined.
I grabbed this.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a gesture for it to someone else to take it.
The hourglass settles into your palm as you grasp it, and it feels cool and delicate to the touch. It is time I left. You will trouble me no more, thieves of dreams. We'll be seeing each other very soon. He's going to start fading as he does so. His cloak kind of disappears, and the massive bones like kind of explodes outwards, not with force, but just like scatters. And as that,
Search around the room.
yeah, and as that happens, all the other skeletons are back to playing their game.
The is the magical darkness still surrounding us? Has it lifted? Do we see more
Yeah,
of
you
where
still
we're at?
it's still the same kind of aura of darkness, right? Well, dark vision doesn't really affect it that much. It's just it's
Okay.
low visibility.
Got it. So we should make our way out.
Yeah, is it like a new door that we can walk through?
As a matter of fact, there is. Did you guys hear the beginning descriptions of this area? There's a bar. There's a bunch of tables, different games. There's even a notice board that has like a bunch of paper on it.
I'm going to pee. I'll be back. You guys decide. I'll follow and agree with whatever.
So I go up to the notice board and look at it. What do I find?
A bunch of very, very old jobs posted.
What posted?
A bunch of very
Sorry?
old jobs.
And so I take a seat at the bar.
There is a kind of a weird, transparent blue man tending bar.
Does this man look like Jeb?
No.
Transparent blue man tending bar.
It's a ghost.
I ask him. I got that. I ask him what he's serving.
What do you need? I got everything from every generation of every reality.
Do you
This
have
place.
something that will transport me back to the bar that I came from?
You couldn't afford that, mate. But we do have the doorway.
I like doorways.
I try and see where it leads.
He leads in close. For paying customers only.
What's the charge?
Most of our fine drinks, one brass button.
I don't have a brass button.
Loki
Brass button,
shifts nervously.
Loki. Yeah, Loki has
Yeah,
a brass button. I have to trade him some fancy macarons to grab it, and he reluctantly gives me the button. Only I promise to get him another trinket in
By the
exchange.
by the way, people in this place they gamble with shiny trinkets in exchange for gold. For some reason, people here they don't care a fuck about gold. They don't care.
So can we grab any of this gold, or do I detect that we could grab this gold and take it with us, or anything of that
I
nature?
mean, I don't know why you would pick up like dandelions, but that's kind of the reaction they give you.
Sentimental value.
He leans in close. Now, don't be trying to touch none of our trinkets, though.
Hands off. Promise. So I grab a bar of gold.
Yeah, that's fine. Tell you what, you want some bars of gold? You got a shoelace?
I don't have shoes.
I also do not have shoes.
What about a bird feather?
Look at Gakor and be like, bird, bird, now. I'll rip one off.
How about some rope? Anybody need some rope?
I could transform into a bird. So I transform into a bird and shake off 3 feathers.
You hand him then you turn back and you hand him 3 feathers.
Yes.
He's like, all right, hold on. He goes around back, pulls out what looks like a dumpster, and goes inside and pulls out like 3 like arm length bars of gold.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, it's when you got so much of it, it's it's the exchange rate, really. I'm sorry. Normally it's better than this.
I'm happy to make this exchange for you today. Does this include the doorway?
I suppose. Though, could I tell that you are a discerning customer? If you could perhaps do me a favor, I'd be more than happy to give you this. He pulls out a gold coin. It looks like gold, but it has like a giant blue sapphire in it. If you put this in another doorway of this life, it'll bring you right back here. If you'll do me a favor, I'll see to it that you can have this little trinket.
And this favor is?
Deliver this bottle of rum.
Two.
He leans in close. Alright, look. I'm gonna be honest. The rum isn't exactly rum. It's more like I don't, he describes like an alcoholic beverage, and he's basically describing whiskey. And he says
Oh,
that now it hits a hell of a lot harder than the person asked for, and that's because I hate this person.
it's like poison, basically.
Not poison as much as it is like you know. He basically says it's cursed and it's gonna give them bad luck forever. Now,
I have to deliver this to this person,
yes.
and I
Most
get this
important,
coin with a sapphire in it that can bring me back here anytime I want.
if you have a doorway, yes. Now, here's the thing. You gotta make sure this person drinks of it. But let's be honest, this person's a bit of a dick, so I doubt that'll be much of an issue for you. So, I don't know where they work now, but they used to work as a guards captain, like a bandit even sometimes. But then they went all legit and everything like that. But the bastard still owed me money and didn't want to pay back. But I don't know his name necessarily. I just know what we used to call him, Old Slim Jim. And his biggest trait is that he was absolutely paranoid of what are those little things? He does like the squeaking noise.
Like a whistle?
No, no, no. The little thing it crawls. What's the name?
Like a rat?
Yeah, he's paranoid of those things. He hates them.
Would so Slim Jim. Got it. Drunk, bad guy, owes money.
Yeah, all I know is that he works as a guard somewhere.
I'll do this favor.
All right, thank you. He hands you the coin. Now, it
So I
should
take-
bring you back to the surface.
Great. So I take the coin, the bottle, the 3 arm-length bars of gold, and walk through the doorway.
All right.
I follow.
Is everyone else following? I take it. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, let me go ahead and end the ambiance. I forgot I muted it. But yeah. So
Does this door lead us?
to the surface of the cavern.
Like back where we
Okay,
began?
that was an interesting.
Correct.
Okay.
So we're still in the cavern, not quite outside yet.
You're outside the You're like at the cavern entrance.
Okay. Do we get the impression that the maw creatures are around still?
Not that you see.
I look at Ronnie. I'm like, "Where's your friends?"
You want my friend?
No. Where are your friends? Your sand friends? Your maw friends?
What? I don't really have many friends. I have like 3 friends. Probably don't want to meet them.
So what time of day is it?
Just above dawn. Or just above dusk.
Should
Still
we use the
sad.
waystone to get back to the city? I feel like
Do we
our
want
work
to
is
travel the
done.
desert at night, or do we want to camp?
I can
Probably
always
camp. Yeah.
I can always
No, don't
get
call
us
your
the right
friends.
directions.
No. You don't have any. You said you have 3 friends, and you tried to lure us with this guy before. No.
A lure. He's a nice guy sometimes.
We have the way stone that will lead us to the city. I just don't know if we want to travel at night.
I have the way that leads us to the city.
Who? No, I have the. I took one off one of the main people. I have a way stone that leads us to the city.
Yeah. Start the campaign.
Okay. So I was gonna say Theo said I had I somehow got the compass that
There
led
is.
us to the
You
city.
have a compass. They have a waystone.
Got it. Okay.
By the way, you notice that in the sky it's gotten significantly darker. Now you can see the Pilgrim's Path, which of course looks like the Aurora Borealis, and you can see the telltale shape of an airship headed straight for you.
Can we light our torches? And, like, try and
An
signal
arrow
them?
shape headed straight for us.
The shape of an airship.
Oh, like the blimp.
Like a blimp.
Oh, great.
How about we light our torches and try and signal them?
I still have my flame blade. Well, I guess I probably would have put it down to grab all the stuff or hide the cockroach. So yeah, let's make a flame.
Yay, torches.
I have druidcraft too that can make a campfire, any kind of like.
All right.
So are we?
Even without signal, you can kind of tell they're already heading for you. The airship comes to a stop above you, and you can see a ladder, like it throws down a ladder for you.
Just the party. Might as well climb up. We got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So I guess we climb aboard.
All aboard.
All right. At the top, you see kind of like a darker skinned man. He looks like he has like some like he has like knotted muscles, and and he's got like a bit of dust, dirt, and sand and whatnot on his hands. It's like, hello, Jeb sent me.
What did he say? Sorry.
He
Hello and
says
what?
Jeb sent me.
sentence.
Okay. Well, I trust Dreb if you know Jeb. Where are we going?
Back to the city, of course. Rather dangerous out here at night.
Do you guys want to?
I agree. Yeah, let's get out of here, man. Like,
You want to go back? Trust him to take us back to the city?
yeah, I mean, how
I
far
mean,
away we are from the city if we went walking? You know what I mean? Like,
Probably a couple days.
yeah, let's just go with the risk and see
Okay, I'm down.
where it takes us.
He's going to instruct that he has plenty of beds down below. Help yourself. He even has a kitchen that's already has some basic meals set up. Nothing too fancy, but it's tasty enough and it works.
and this is the same Jeb that hired Ronnie to throw us overboard. So, yeah, but I'm with it. It seems like our best option.
He
Just climb aboard then and go.
holds out a hand towards Gakor.
Like for payment?
No, for like trying to shake your hand.
Oh, this is the captain?
Yep.
Oh,
There is no
boy.
crew.
I shake his hand.
Good to see you. Good to see you. He seemed genuinely happy to see you, which is a very unusual reaction in this era.
I am surprised and
He's-
introduced myself.
He seems as if he holds absolutely no prejudice.
Right, hence the dragon. So I introduce myself, tell him thank you, and head downstairs.
Good, good. He says his name is Mr. Buttons.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Buttons.
Take it easy, take it easy. He's gonna have everyone go down below deck and to take a long rest and do whatever activities you deem appropriate that you would like to do during your long rest.
Are we?
Perfect.
Wait, out of character and all, is this where we're gonna kind of call it? Is just
Probably,
call it
yeah,
the long
yeah.
rest? Okay.
So,
Seems like a good
Okay.
point.
meanwhile, he's going to direct the ship back to the city. He's going to start doing some paintings.
Okay. I think I'm good to just rest. I don't need to do anything.
Yeah, say.
Same.
We're gonna call it there for today then.
Okay.
Yeah. Did a lot today, actually. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was an adventure, wasn't it?
He will
Pretty
he
cool.
will introduce himself to Loki as well, by the way.
I'm sure he will.
Okay.
I'm sure Loki's made himself known already.
Yeah, he has like a golden earring stuck in his ear. And like seeing like it's because it's super shiny, seeing that like Loki likes it, he's gonna go ahead and take off his earring and give it to Loki.
Well, that's awful kind.
All right.
Interesting.
I think it's a
Do
great
we
spot to
level
end
up
the
from this
session for tonight.
adventure, or are we staying level 3?
Huh?
Are we staying level 3, or do we level up off this adventure?
Yeah, this would have made you level 3, but you basically just had that already because starting level 1 sucks.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, got it.
Great. Makes
Sweet.
sense. Thank you.
By the way, now you have some death touch flowers. Or the
Which is what the two petals that he touched.
Oh, okay, I get what you mean. Okay, got it. I'll add that to my inventory.
By the way, if you for the Hidden Heavens campaign under bookkeeping, please post any gold, treasure, things like that you have. That way, it's just easier for me to not have to fucking remember and things like that.
Okay, I mean, I actively manage my inventory, so all my items in my inventory are what
Well,
I have.
I know. I'm just asking you to put it fucking there, so I don't have to go like
Okay.
each person's sheet. So that was all on one fucking page. Those bars of gold you got are worth about 300 gold.
Awesome.
So
Cool.
I will
And from
post
that, I
it.
got the. Okay. I'm gonna keep note that I got the metal plate, the chalice, and then the magical cloth. But for now, it's just cloth. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Make sure you post again. Make sure you put the note in the bookkeeping under Hidden Heavens campaign chat, the channel bookkeeping. Okay. And I will
Okay.
go ahead and set the scene for the RP1 as well.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool. That was a good session.
All right. Well, thanks so much for listening. Have a wonderful day.